Up next, we have Tim Alexander at DataFetch. Tim, all right.
Hey, folks, I actually want to go off of something we just saw in the previous demo. Remote work means we are all in our Slack or Microsoft Teams or whatever collaboration platform we're using all the time, right? That, in fact, some of you now, even though you're being very polite, are in Slack right now. Right? So we spend 100% of our time there. DataFetch is an app for Slack and Microsoft Teams that allows you to pull data from any part of your sales, marketing, technology stack on the fly. So if you're familiar with using the Giphy command, then you are fully trained on how to be able to pull data from Salesforce, from HubSpot, from Airtable. Actually, the team here at Fishburners is piloting this with me right now. Magella, how is it?
It is incredible. Thanks so much time. 10 out of 10.
So you can actually see here the same way that you would run a Giphy command. You can search your entire stack, find what it is that you're looking for, and pull that in context into the conversation on the fly. That is what we're doing. We're kind of figuring out the use cases. We found them in customer support. We have found them in product. We have found them in sales and marketing. And we're just kind of all over the place. And if you think about it, we're challenging what is BI. It doesn't have to be Tableau dashboards that only 3% of your entire company actually go into. It can be bringing it in context on the fly. Alex, you said just before, yet another app. Imagine if you could actually make it so that everybody in your company could have full access to things that they should have access to securely, and they don't have to go to another app. They literally can have the data come to them where they are already in context. That's what DataFetch is doing. So right now, we are bringing on various customers, various users. We've got large consulting firms. We've got Fishburners itself. We're looking for all of you to sign up. You can test it on the Slack environment for Fishburners today. It's already there.
Thanks, Tim. Can you comment on your go-to-market strategy, whether that's you're going to onboard single users, permeate throughout an organization, and then approach that organization to sign up through, a freemium model for the users and then an enterprise sale, or if you have a different approach?
Yeah, so we are, of course, figuring that out right now, but we do think that it's going to end up being a land and expand model, similar to the way you've seen BI tools in the past do. We want it to be so that you can sign up with your credit card and immediately start getting value in the first 90 seconds, in the first 90 days, but then eventually there will be a larger enterprise play to say, hey, everybody in your company can get a lot of value out of this, and if we do it at the org level, then there can be a lot of we can add a lot of security layer to this as well. We're also looking at going to market with partners. There's a lot of firms down here. In fact, I think I saw Fab is here, who I want to talk to after. So there's a lot of ways. We're still figuring that out. It's kind of early days.
Amazing, love it, and thank you. All the cool companies and the startups and the unicorns are with Google Suites, so any plans to integrate with that?
You are 100% on the exact goal of this. So the goal that I have as a company is not to make a Slack and Microsoft Teams app. The goal of the company I have is to make a software company that makes it so that you don't have to go to another interface ever again. All of your data comes to you where you work. So once we get funding, once we go for funding, we will be making a Google, a Gmail version and an Outlook version, and then a Google Slides and PowerPoint version, so that when you're authoring anything, you have full access to all of your data that you can just drag and drop, and it'll all be in context. That's what we're doing.
Again, these guys have asked the questions, which are great. I'll just have a few comments.
Sure.
The first one is that I love your conviction. You just live and breathe what you're doing, and you have this desire for the audience to understand. And so your connection to the audience is really powerful all the way through, which I love it. And what I've been talking to founders about recently a lot is, what is your basis for belief? And I think that your sense of conviction, we know that you have a basis for belief, and that comes across really strongly. Super.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks, everybody.
And from the audience, let's have a bit of a drum roll, guys. A bit of a... It is DataFetch. All right. From Tim.